All
Hey man,
right.
how you doing?
Pretty good. You? All right. Haven't forgotten about getting your JV done. I just have to get it done. I just haven't had time. Okay. Hopefully get today or tomorrow. All
No,
right. So
you're fine. I've been working a lot lately, so
well, that's
it's been
good.
okay.
Where are you working at?
I'm back at the Hampton House on San Souci.
Okay. Cool. How did that guy with that Sansui laundromat ever get real? I forget where that one left off.
He said he gave his portfolio, he gave the laundromat to his cousin that had a large portfolio. He wanted to
Okay.
add.
All right.
He
So I
wanted
guess
to
that
add the
one's going.
laundromat
That's
to his
fine.
portfolio. Yeah.
All right. So just wait for a few minutes to see if anybody else shows up.
Okay.
And just gotta get my Just got to do something here real quick because I got to pay my rent today. They probably want to get paid.
Yep.
They-
That- That's for sure.
Yeah, in the commercial world, you don't get. I mean, I don't think they would do this to me after almost 2 years here, but you don't get a lot of. They're not required to give you any grace period.
Oh,
It's
really?
pretty. It's very close. I mean, the law says very close to pay the rent or get out.
Would they just go straight to eviction?
I mean, they usually don't, but they have. I mean, there's much less, if any, protections than um,
Then like a tenant landlord situation.
yeah. Um, Yeah, which makes sense because no one's gonna die here. Um,
Right.
it's not at all. But I still got to take care of it.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
901-257. Oh, the other guy I forgot to mention in terms of, and I'll cover this with everybody. Oh, Dave Wychock,
Yeah.
he's one of my Facebook friends. He also runs a real estate school. And you can look into what he does as far as getting your license.
Okay. Yeah, I seen he has like some type of Wilkes-Barre Academy.
Yeah,
And it's right around here too. It's not even far.
yeah. Have you, and I know tell me you work on me. I know he gives discounts to people that send over there.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I
Well,
mean, I don't know exactly. I mean, it might be $20. I don't know, but
a discount. I take it. Well, you think he does anything exclusively for your students, or like, it's just there's something he
I
does.
really haven't sent him anybody. So this is more like we connected on. He's like, oh, I'm opening a school. I'll give you guys a discount. So it wasn't really anything official. I was like, he's like, five. What I forget what the price was at this point. He's like, he's like, it's 25-30 bucks off. I'm like, hey, that's something.
Do you
Whatever.
know how much is the whole classes as a whole?
His class. Let me see. I think he might have messaged it to me. Um,
Uh, just
um. Anyway, so well, I guess we don't have to wonder who the president's going to be now.
yeah, I was just talking about that with my neighbor, man. She's so funny. She's such a good person. She was saying that she's not happy Trump is in office because she's saying that he's going to take away from the education program and all these other programs. I don't believe he's going to do that, but we'll see.
Oh, it's in their plans. It's in their plans.
Is it?
Yeah, because I mean, will they actually do it, or was it
That's what I'm
simply?
saying. That's what I'm saying. They're like they have a lot of plans that they don't never do. Like Kamala and them had a lot of plans that they never did.
Yeah, but only one. I mean, for me, only one party had plans to do dangerous things to other people. Whether they do it or not is a different story. But I don't feel at all comfortable with. From a business standpoint, I'm going to make a crap load of money in the next 4 years.
Yeah.
But it's also really easy for me to
That's
say that
hilarious.
as an upper middle class white, or at least a middle class white male.
Right.
I'm the last one they're coming for.
Right. Now I understand
um,
what you mean because like everybody have a different demographic. So like, for me, like since I'm not like even in the middle class, you would kind of call me like a lower class kind of person. And like, I'm just working like paycheck to paycheck trying to get things together. So for me, it probably things will probably be a little shaky within the next few years. We'll see. Hopefully things will start looking up and up for me. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. All right, I guess I'll just get this going now. Politically, I'm fairly financially conservative. I don't really care. I'm very socially liberal. My
Yeah, I
whole
don't.
thing was that
I don't really care neither. I think it's all entertainment.
yeah, and both parties are corrupt, but
I think so too.
there's no they're both not worth squat. But anyway,
Yeah.
all right. So I'm going to share. Here goes Dimitri, and I'm putting out the link to um. All right, I'm bring Dimitri on there, and I'm just going to cover the screen and then open
Hey,
so I
Steve.
know where to. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
All right. Been going good.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. So Yakeem, Dimitri, Eric may or may not make it. I actually didn't get a chance to call him. I just texted him. So, all right. So basically, I want to get you guys started. So the first thing is I just posted a link to, or not a link. I posted Dave Wychock's name. I need to get the link for his real estate school, but and
Okay,
I'm
I
gonna
see it.
and I'm gonna text it over to you guys too. But he's one of my Facebook friends. You look him up, Dave Wychock, and Dave Wychock. And this is for getting your real estate license, basically. So that is so, and unfortunately, we're just going to zip through. I do want to talk to you guys separately, after this, but I've got a 2:30 that I didn't know was coming. I've got to take my daughter to the doctor.
Okay.
But anyway, so let me take you through the actual. Yeah, first of all, do you guys have any questions or anything we should cover?
Um, it's it's just that I can't open my VA sheet basically. That's why I called you earlier.
Oh, you can't even open it. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It says the link has expired or something.
All right. You
I'm
know
gonna
what? All right. So I'm going to send you a link through send you a link through here for that, and I'll send you one for yours, Yakeem. It's the same sheet, just copies of.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Steve.
And we're kind of and Yakeem, a lot of this is sort of mostly I want to get you guys going on how to use the sheet and what you should be doing for calls and whatever. So this is
Okay, it looks so familiar.
yours in the chat here on this thing. You see that link in the chat?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
The Docs, Google spreadsheets.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so that's his. And we will be moving you guys into a CRM in about a week. I just bought a new CRM for this because we're getting so many people joining us. And really, and Yakeem, you've kind of been through this a little bit, but basically,
Right.
this is the sheet where. Oh, you know what, Dimitri, I got to fix your link because I gave you a viewer link, not an editor link. Hang on, let me fix that. Let me get Yakeem's over here first.
Okay.
So that's Yakeem's. That should be an editable link, man. So make sure it is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm checking now, actually.
And then let me do. Google's a little bit of a bitch sometimes when I send out, because if I give you a viewer link, it's great. You can look at an empty spreadsheet. How exciting! And basically this is where. Oh, and in Dimitri, I guess I'll try to circle. I was so sick. My family was so sick. Like I circled back with Albany a couple times. Didn't hear back from her. Kind of didn't really deal with it. So that link is yours, Dimitri. The one coming over now.
All right.
So I want to circle back with Albany. And what this spreadsheet is all about. So we are, and you guys know, like we'll send you leads if we get lists of leads, but mostly we want you out there. Whether it be driving for dollars, and we'll show you how to skip trace, whether it be buying lists, whether it be, promoting, whether it be bandit signs, flyers, whatever. I mean, the first part of your role is, I mean, I'll give you numbers to call. I got 25,000 numbers. Feel free to call them. But really, the first part of your role is expanding the funnel. So I will send you guys links to the call sheet, and you can just call. Now, understand, when you call these people, if you get somebody on the phone, first of all, get me on the phone or Ryan on the phone immediately, so we can walk you through the first few calls. I know you've done a few, but basically we'll sort of start everybody at the same place.
Right.
Once you guys are comfortable having those conversations, like I said, it's the doctor model. You do a few with us. We do a few with you watching, then you do a few with us watching, then you can fly on your own. And this is where you put, excuse me, this is where you put the information. At what stage is the prospect? It's a drop-down menu, new, in progress, whatever. These are your notes. It says SMVM, SFVM, whatever. Whoever talks to them last. This is what happened last on the account. What's the? Oh wait, you have. Oh, you can see this.
Oh, okay. I can see it.
Lead status, new, super hot, hot, whatever. Property address. Who's in this? Me, Ryan, and we're probably both in this, but who's more in this?
That's cool.
This is our notes. This is which VA it is, and I got to add you guys in. Although, actually, for right now, the who the VA is doesn't matter because these are your private sheets. So, if I'm on the Eric call sheet, I know it's Eric. If I'm on the Yakeem call sheet, I know it's Yakeem.
Right.
So this column here doesn't really matter as much. Name of seller, contact number, Zestimate, and these are just the Google links. Literally, what you're going to do for these is you're going to Google the address and paste the links in. This is about when Ryan and I get to the thing. You're going to say, "Hey, look at my spreadsheet, line 3," and I can immediately click and get the Google, click and get the Zillow, click and get to this, click and get to that.
Oh, that's dope. So I don't have to send you pictures individually.
We don't want anything sent. We want it all in here.
That's nice.
If you do have pictures, make a Google Drive or whatever and put the link to the Google Drive in here. Asking price, motivation, timeline, units, meaning how many actual apartments or whatever. Total beds, total baths, average beds, average baths, roof age, whatever you learn from them. You're going to go in here. Additional notes, condemned, public water, public sewer. What's your opinion? Give us whatever you got on it. Now, I'm going to add here, and when we move into the CRM, you'll see we'll have a whole help section with all this crap. But I'm just trying to find the docs. So I think we've already given you guys, but if we haven't, let me know. And I'll get it. I will also put it out to you right now. These are some of the basic questions and conversations and scripts to use. Again, we want you to get us on the phone with you for the first few calls. We want you to get us on the phone with you for the first few calls, and then whatever. But these are basically what you're doing when you're on the call with them. And it is, I can't stress this enough, it's conversational. You're the salesperson. That's why we have you here, is that you're the person that knows how to talk to somebody. Oh, and Dimitri, I don't know whatever happened to the lady that wanted the restaurant. Circle back with, fill me on that if there's whatever. And again, I'm not saying you dropped the ball. It's probably because I was sick last week and I just blanked on it. And this is what the CRM is not going to let us do. It's going to automatically text people, automatically follow up. We're not going to have any more drop balls. That's why I just bought into it. But here's a theoretical call, and I don't mind if you guys want us to do dry calls with you with no, we'll role play or whatever. But here's theoretically what you're saying to them. Very conversational, very friendly. Go where they lead it. And built in here are the questions we're asking them. Ryan has some scripts, and his scripts are actually better than this. But you want to know, and what you're doing is you're not trying to fill in the box on the spreadsheet while you're having the conversation. because that's going to keep you running in a very strict railroadish kind of, left to right model. You don't want to have a piece of paper or a notepad or, an email open or something, and while you're chatting with them, you're taking notes, and then you're backwashing it into to the spreadsheet, because it would just be real clunky. You ask them their name, and all of a sudden they tell you about the house, and now you got to scroll over here and put the stuff in, and scroll back over here, and you're trying to keep a coherent conversation while you're doing all that. That's just no. Make it whatever makes it easier for you. So at the end of the call, hey, Mr. Seller, you want to talk? No, fuck off. Okay, well, let's try somebody else. Hey, Mr. Seller, you want to talk? Okay, yeah, and we go through it. Why are they selling? That's seller motivation. That's a big part of the question. It's in here somewhere. Finding out bedrooms, bathrooms, getting pictures and putting a link to the pictures on the getting pictures, put them in a Google Drive, whatever, like that. That's important too. As much information as you can gather. So what happens from there is we tell them, listen, I'm going to confer with my partner. We'll be back to, when's a good time to call you back? Tonight, tomorrow, whatever. They're going to try to put you on the spot for a price on the call. And truthfully, Ryan and I don't even do that. But certainly you guys aren't ready, because we have to, once we get this information, we then do numbers. Sorry, guys?
No, I'm listening.
Okay. No, it's a question. Feel free to jump in. But once we get this information, we go into whether it's Bright MLS, Flex MLS, PropStream, and we look at comparable. And we'll show you guys how this works. We'll show you, we look at comparables. We use the pictures to come up with a repair estimate. And it all boils back to one of our calculation spreadsheets like this one. This happens to be a rental version, talking about what the mortgage and what the mortgage coverage ratio is and everything else. So once you fill in the spreadsheet and you get the spreadsheet data on it, then we will process it with you or for you and come back, and then we'll all call the guy back again and say, hey, let's do this. Let's play. And, we'll negotiate. We'll come up with an answer. And at the end of the day, that's where our credibility comes into play, because that's where we're able to say to them, you're saying to them, hey, we're good salespeople and we know a little bit of stuff. And I'm saying to them, yeah, they're great. I'm better. I'm a broker. I have cash. I'm currently making offers on over $500,000 worth of property today myself. So I'm not looking to buy their property, but it lets them know that they're dealing with someone who's ready to do it. And then we go back and forth with them. And nowadays, they might bluster, they might roll over, whatever the deal is, they might do
it. Yeah.
And hang on 1 second. Somebody's. Oh, that's not what I expected it to be. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Plumber. Hey, Dan. All right, and you? Yep. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, and actually, honestly, I didn't even think there is a hot water here. Okay, so what I'll do is I've got Shane here between, whoever he's coming tomorrow morning, so I'm just home and just going over. He can either inspect the house or I can reschedule him, whatever he wants to do. That's fine. Obviously, once I tell him you're going over, he's gonna know it's gonna be fine. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, tomorrow morning you go over there? Okay. All right, that's cool. Yeah. All right. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Hey, guys.
Hey.
So I have a property. Plumber's going over to turn on the furnace before the rental inspection tomorrow, and he's running behind. And good news is it's Wilkes-Barre City, and that's Dan Kratz Jr. and his dad runs the city code office.
Oh.
I don't think
worth
I'll have a problem when I tell the inspector, yeah, we don't have heat yet, but Dan Kratz's son is going over. I don't think that they're going to question that. So basically, so that's kind of the gist. Is you want to get the information here. We then show you how the comps are done and how the numbers are crunched, and we then put it into either this spreadsheet, and you guys will get copies of all these spreadsheets. This is a rental one. There's a rehab one. There's whatever. And then we call the guy up and we put it under contract, and then we take it from there. We create the Facebook marketplace listing. We create the Facebook marketplace listing, then we all help promote it, and your spread is, your profits come out from there basically. So really, you guys have really, I mean, just the front end of the funnel, just getting people on the call is huge. Just, even if that's all you did, you'll see in the JV, and I know I'm behind in sending you guys yours, but you'll see in the JV, like we have, if you get us on the phone, if you get us a seller that will talk, and then you're not involved, you don't want to be involved anymore, then you get 15 or 20%. If you warm up the seller, but then you disappear, you get like a third. If you're with the whole deal through the end, you get a little more. And whether it's 15, 25, and a third, or it's 20, a third, and half, honestly depends on whether most of it's going to be the first one, where it's going to top out between a third and half. It all depends how much Ryan and I are doing on the deal, basically. The more experience you get, the more money we can push your way, the more of the actual prop stream, whatever you do. And basically, so basically, our goal is to get you guys typically if you're in the deal, you're making between a third and half. And we're really trying hard to make sure that everyone, I mean, we would rather pay you guys more than we pay ourselves at the point that we're not having to do as much of the work. So right now, the important thing is getting people on the phone. And here's what, and Yukim, I know we've talked about this, and I'm not against it, but if you have a other wholesaler that wants to have us market their property, or there's a property advertised already, mark those separately. And I'll be straight up. If it's another wholesaler, you're going to get a lower percentage, because if he's already taken half the profit, I can't give you half of my half, and then Ryan and I end up with 5% each. We're gonna have to be like, okay, it's you're getting your half because of getting on the phone with the seller. On the wholesaler side, I got to kind of shave that down, because once you introduce me to the wholesaler, I'm going to pay you on every deal that wholesaler brings in, even if you never have the conversation. He calls me directly, sends me a deal. I'm still paying you because it came in the door, because I met him through you. But
that's a good system
in that mix. But for the most part, we don't really go after other wholesalers' deals. And I'm putting in links here to other spreadsheets that you guys, and this is for both of you, to other spreadsheets of names and phone numbers. But we don't go after things that are already listed, because or already advertised, for two reasons. One is somebody's already taken most of the meat off the bone. And two is that if they're out there advertised at, let's say, $150,000, and we then have to market it to our people for less than 150, because our people, everyone's already seen it at 150. So we have to sell to somebody for whatever, 120. Well, in order to get it for 120, we have to get it from this guy for 100. So we can't, the only already advertised properties we can go to are the ones that are already, they've got to be desperate. They've got to be willing to come down 20, 30, 50% off their number, off what they're advertising at. If they've got it out there at 100 and we sign it up at 90 and we put it back out there at 100, how much more luck are we going to have? And yes, our buyers list, fine, that helps. But realistically, how much more luck are we going to have than they have themselves?
Yeah,
So we're looking for
not a
people.
lot of luck.
What?
Hey Steve, do you remember that Carbondale property we got under contract for like 100K and we was trying to sell it in Carbondale? Do you think that dude still has his house? Like, you think he still want to sell it or what?
I mean, it's certainly possible to go to have a conversation with him. But listen, that's one of the things that we can certainly call him back up and see what happens, or you can or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, I won't go into do I think it's still there because who the hell knows. Um, you know, truthfully, but I mean, it's certainly worth having the conversation, I guess.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, and that's another thing the CRM is going to do for us as well, is it's going to follow up on all those old leads. So that's why everybody we work with, all these spreadsheets you're doing, are going to end up in the CRM, and they're going and soon you're going to be starting things in the CRM. So the CRM is going to automatically send text messages, automatically send voicemails, automatically all that crap.
okay, so that'll help out a lot.
Well, going back to one of our
Just make
people,
everything
no
seamless.
problem. But taking something, a FISBO that's already advertised and then a for sale by owner that's already advertised and then trying to, make that number work. No, because if he's advertised at 100, he's already heard 70, 80, 90. And he's probably already turned them down.
Absolutely.
So if he doesn't want to sell it to us for like 60, 70, 80, what do we do with it? So that's why there's one lady who used to work with us, Debbie, and all she loved doing was look at this Facebook Marketplace ad, look at this Craigslist ad. It's like, Debbie, there's no play for me there. There's just no room. As a realtor, there's room, because as a realtor, I can go out and say, you know what, you're not finding your happy horse shit over there. I can still try to get you your full price. But,
Yeah, that takes time.
because remember, the difference is as a realtor, I'm a consignment store. I'm saying I will take 6%, 3%, 5%, 1%, whatever, of what you sell it for. As a wholesaler, I'm signing a purchase agreement. And I have to mark up if I'm purchasing at 100, I have to sell it for 110, 120. So we really going after working with other wholesalers, maybe. But in that case, I would say we also tend to work where we know we have skills, like all of Pennsylvania, mostly, but especially up in this area. I had somebody call me today. Well, do you want to help me wholesale a single family in Nashville? I said, no, I really don't, because I don't have a team down in Nashville. I don't have the ability to do boots on the ground. I mean, I can get it, but for one single family house, and this place was, well, the seller wants $800,000, and that may be nothing for Nashville. I don't know, but the point is, I don't know. So we're looking to really expand in the areas where we're all close to. I'm trying to add teams across the state, to do all this. So anyway, any questions? Because I do have to jump for the 2:30, man. Any before I jump, guys, or are you guys good to get started?
I'm good to get started.
I think I'm good to get started, definitely.
All right. And in the chat, I gave you guys links to some numbers you can start calling. And remember, and what you do is you dial the number, you put them in your spreadsheet, and any sign of do not call, go away, I'm going to call the federal government, you just get real friendly, real respectable, real fast, and get off the call. Say, sir, I'm sorry. I looked you up on public records. I'm terribly sorry. These were supposed to be scrubbed on the do not call list already, but you just back out and get off. And yeah, all right. So that's what we got, guys. Thanks.
Have a good
All
one.
right, Steve.
Appreciate it.
Good talk.
Bye-bye.